Hey guys, welcome back to Wait. So you guys probably know, I'm Chris, and today I just wanted to do a little video, a little product review on the bike rack that we've been now using for our e-bikes. In the past, we thought maybe we would just skip the whole e-bike rack and we would just, hey, we can just put these inside the RV. They fold up, it won't be that big of a deal, and just make things a little bit easier. Well, let me tell you, that wasn't that easy. Each time we'd have to take a trip, you'd have to break the bike down, fold it up, which is nice. It's great that they fold up. And then we would have to kind of find an area inside the RV to put them. Now we have the electric XP 3.0 e-bikes. So the fact that they do fold up is very convenient. But even then, they still weigh about 65 pounds. So finagling them in and out of the RV was definitely not that easy. It took two of us. We'd have to try to walk down the hallway, try to secure it in one of the slide outs. And then honestly, going down the road, we just weren't too sure, like with all the rumbling and shaking around. We think they were kind of rubbing up against the walls and things like that. So it just, over time, it just didn't seem like a good idea. And if we weren't traveling with the RV and we wanted to just take the truck somewhere and take the e-bikes out somewhere, that wasn't much better. We have an F450. It's really high up. And while it's nice that they do fit in the back of the truck, getting them up there wasn't that easy. Again, these things are kind of heavy. I could manage it by myself, but Megan or some other people, this would be a pretty difficult task to get them up in the bed of your truck. And then again, once they're in there, tons of bungees, tying them down, securing them, making sure they're stable, and it just became a little bit of a pain in the butt, if you know what I mean. So when the company Kravit reached out to us about the CyberRack E2 bike rack, we kind of jumped all over and said, yeah, let's check them out. So full disclosure, they sent us this bike rack and we've been using it for a while now, and man, just night and day. I don't know why we didn't do this earlier. This thing has been awesome. And right now I'm just going to jump to the best feature of this thing, and it's this little ramp that goes right up so you can just push the bike up into the holder and be done. We don't have to take time to fold the bikes up anymore. You don't have to pick the bike up and put it up on some high up rack trying to take it off and down. With this little ramp that's pretty lightweight, you can just wheel the bikes right up there. When you're done, you just wheel the bike right back off, and the ramp itself just goes right back onto the bike rack for travel days. So you gotta love that. Now, a couple things about the CyberRack E2 bike rack is, number one, 200-pound weight limit. So again, I told you our bikes are about 65 pounds each. So if you have a really heavy e-bike, I don't even know if they make ones that are over 100 pounds. Two of these would pretty much exceed the limit, but I think otherwise you should be okay with that. Also, this is only compatible with a 2-inch receiver. It has a 2-inch hitch, so it was good for the back of the RV. The truck that we have actually has a 2.5-inch receiver, so we basically just had to get a reducer to put in there. No big deal. Now, the bike rack itself comes in just under 80 pounds at around 79 pounds. So I will say, depending on your level of physicality, it may take two people to actually pick the rack up and get it attached to the truck or your RV. So just keep that in mind as well. But honestly, I did it by myself and I didn't think it was that bad. So just make sure whatever you're attaching it to, that the receiver, the bumper, the RV, whatever, can handle about 300 pounds between the two bikes if they're at the max, and the rack weight itself. Also, this is good for e-bikes that have tires up to 5 inches wide. Anything bigger than that won't really fit in here. And on the flip side of that, if your tires are a little bit smaller on your e-bikes, they recommend anything that is 2.5 inches or less, that you go ahead and use the extra Velcro provided to secure those tires. Installation process. Very simple, guys. This took me about a half hour to put together. It seems really high quality. The instructions were fine. There's some online help if you need it, but you really shouldn't. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as installing this and putting it together. Once we had the bikes up on it, they actually seem really, really secure on here. So you simply just drive the bike up on the ramp, drive it down, get that front tire down in there. Fastening them down is a pretty quick process. You just get the front tire down into the holder. You use a little ratchet strap, suck it down. Same thing on the back. There's a little bit of a slider, almost like a tire chalk, that you slide right up against the back tire, lock it down, ratchet it down with the strap. And then they have these middle poles right here, which I believe they call the connecting blocks. They can be angled, they can be straight up. You kind of adjust it to wherever the middle of your bike is, and you can just simply slide that up and down on the pole, get it to where you have a good spot, and then just go ahead and fasten and cinch that down as well, and that's it. You're good to go. If you're going to use one e-bike on the bike rack, they do recommend that you use the location on the bike rack that's closest to the vehicle that's transporting it. Just a little tip there. And the other thing about this is it's not just for e-bikes either. You can also attach regular bicycles to it as well. And guys, once you take the bikes off, if you want to fold this up, it's a simple process. You literally just have to pull one pin out, drop these two connecting block rods right here, push them down. They just push up and down on their own, nothing right there. You just pull the one pin out and you just fold it right back up and put the pin in. And then you can travel around. You don't really have to worry about taking the e-bike rack off all the time because it's a little like, you know, too long and it's just in the way and it's kind of annoying. The fact that you can just fold it up and it's kind of out of the way, you can leave it right there all the time. And it's still compatible with my truck in the tailgate. Anytime I need to drop the tailgate down, again, I just pull the pin, lower it back down, and then boom, just drop my tailgate and I still have access to that. So I really like that feature, how it just easily folds up with one pin. It's quick, easy, takes 30 seconds. And again, I can access my truck bed, whatever I want to do. And I can leave the rack on there all the time, again, without it being too obtrusive and just having, you know, a few feet of, you know, empty bike rack always hanging off the RV or the truck bed. I'll have some links below where you can check out this CyberRack E2 hitch bike rack. We'll have some Amazon links. We'll have some links to the company. If you want to read more about it, check it out. They also offer these for one bike, which would be the E1, if you only have one e-bike that you want to travel with. And again, everything will be down in the description below. Guys, thanks for just checking out this quick video. Again, I'll keep you updated with this. Any questions, as always, reach out to us. And don't forget, get out there, start your full-time RV adventure because why wait? We'll see you guys next time.